Hello， 各位朋友，大家好，欢迎陪我威爸一起来喝果汁。这是一个与你分享葡萄酒知识的频道。我们呢，今天呢要来讲什么呢？澳洲的葡萄酒 Mollydooker 茉莉杜克酒庄。我们这次要介绍的酒厂是来自于澳洲，区叫 McLarenville。是 Wine Spectator 列名为世界上最有价值的20个酒庄之一，集名气与实力于一身的 Mollydooker 茉莉杜克酒庄是众人口中的澳洲膜拜酒。Mollydooker 呢是澳洲的土语的左撇子的意思。OK， 那源自于呢两个创办人，因为他们两个都是左撇子，然后两个呢也都获得了澳洲年度酿酒师，并获得了非常有名的品酒师 Robert Parker 给予无数次99分的评价。以爱为名，与传统背道而驰，既可先酿先饮，已有相当好的陈年实力，并发挥左撇子的创意，自创 Mollydooker Shake 茉莉杜克摇摆法，我好像都叫它茉莉摇摇 OK，Anyway， 今天呢，我们更能邀请到酒厂的第二代掌门人呢 ，Luke Marquis。Welcome to Taiwan. Oh, that's right, lefty.
Thank you, William.
Welcome to Taiwan. Is this your first time here?
It's my first time into Taiwan. Yes.
Oh wow. Actually, we were shaking with our left hand, right? But are you a really left-hander?
So I am not left-handed. I'm obliged to for the business point of view.
Okay.
But my mom, my dad, my sister, and 7 of our original 11 employees
are
left-handed.
So you're the only one with the right hand.
I always say I identify as being left-handed, right? But otherwise I am right-handed.
Okay, good. Well, anyway, first thing that catches my eyes, every time I see your label, it really intrigues me. Kind of tell our friends in Taiwan, what are these labels?
Yeah, so my mum was the real mind behind all of our labels. She wanted to create really abstract, fun, exciting wines. When we first launched Mollydooker back in 2006, nobody had really moved into that world of creative labels. So she wanted to stand out from the crowd. So we've created 4 different ranges, including our Lefty range, talks about my parents, how they grew up, met each other as kids. We have our Family range, which is named after my sister and myself. We have our Love range, which is kind of the philosophy of Mollydooker. And then our flagship wine, which is Velvet Glove. In our Lefty range, we got the violinists, named after Mum. When she was 8 years old, she wanted to play the violin. You can't play the violin left-handed, otherwise you'd poke the girl in the orchestra in the eye next to you.
Yeah, that's right. You wouldn't want to do that.
No.
Okay.
So she was forced to play right-handed, so that's why that wine is named as it is. Violinist, we call it a red drinker's white, very full-bodied, big, bold.
So full-body white. So the white is called
Verdelho.
Verdelho.
Yep. Okay. 100% Verdelho.
And can you give us a little tip on
So we make big, bold, juicy wines, emphasizing on color, flavor, and fruit weight. So, but Verdelho is like a honeysuckle, citrus, apple, a little bit of white peach, a little bit of like even marzipan and almond. It goes into a little bit of French oak just to get a bit of wood. No malo, but really creamy, very lovely wine. The next one is the scooter. So my dad used to race big rubber-tired scooters up to 30 kilometers as a kid. The first time my mum ever met my father is he raced past her on a big-wheeled scooter. I was like, it was love at first sight, or at the same time, I'm like, and you still married him?
It's true love. Yeah, because scooter, not a Ferrari.
Yeah, exactly. Scooter is 100% Merlot. And all of our red wines, we always say there's 10 flavors that we go for. And you can see them in every single bottle, but they start off with cherry, strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, fresh plum, spice, chocolate mocha, plum jam, licorice, and tar. But again, cherry, strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, fresh plum, spice, chocolate mocha, plum jam, licorice, tar. But that wine, it's for a Merlot. Merlot is traditionally quite soft and very approachable, but the way that we make it is big, bold, really juicy. So it was really expressive. Probably my everyday drinker. It's the one that I love the most to be consuming with anybody. And then the Boxer. So this wine is probably our most iconic wine. But this one was a little bit more of a tribute, actually. So when we started Mollydooker, with $17 in our bank account. And a gentleman called Mel Dick, he was the fine wine division manager of Southern Glazer's Wine and Spirits in the US. He was the first person to sign us as to start distributing Mollydooker in the US, one of the biggest wine market in the world. And he was a boxer, and he was a left-handed person, and it was a tribute to him to saying thank you for giving us a shot. And now it's been probably one of the most iconic Shirazes in the world.
Wow. Yeah. But also, I can tell that the gloves is two left
He's got
gloves.
two left-handed gloves. So it's not quite a story about my parents, but it's more of a story about the person, one of the people that helped us get to where we are today.
Okay.
And then the maitre d', again, named after my father. He put himself through college being a left-handed maitre d', a left-handed waiter at the local restaurant. And then he had a huge passion for wine, so went and studied wine, and that's where he met my mum.
Okay. We have the maitre d' is what grape?
100% Cabernet.
100% Cab.
You get that beautiful Cab structure, a little bit of Pyrazine, but then you put it on your palate, it's just super fruit. The next wine, Two Left Feet, is after both of my parents. So my mum loves to dance.
Okay.
My dad can't dance, so it's my dad standing on my mum's toes. Two Left Feet's actually a fun wine because it's actually a blend of all three of these wines in one bottle.
Okay.
So it's actually 70% of the Boxer.
Okay.
15% of the maitre d', 15% of the Scooter, finished and then blended into Two Left Feet. So it's actually all three of those wines put into one bottle. It does change percentages from year to year, but it's always predominantly about 70 Shiraz, 15 Cab Merlot.
We call it the Lefty series.
Yep. Then the family series, which is named after my sister and myself.
Okay.
So Gigglepot, named after Holly. So she loved to and still loves to laugh, as it was her nickname as a kid. Gigglepot is our premium Cabernet, so it's the premium version of the maitre d'.
Okay.
So a single vineyard, comes only from one little block called Rivers Lane. I always smell it and I literally get jalapenos on the nose. Like it's super spicy, but then you put on it and there's just so much fruit. Blue Eyed Boy, named after myself. So I still have piercing blue eyes. 100% Shiraz, again. It's a step up from Boxer and fruit weight. And this one also it smells like blueberry vanilla cream or blueberry muffins. It dominates by that blue fruit, which is cool because it's called Blue Eyed Boy.
So what's the difference between this and this?
So this is going up a tier level in something that we call fruit weight. It's the silky sensation, memory of fruit, of how far back it goes on your palate. It's it was a way for us to grade the wines and create consistency. You know, we don't make every single wine every year because if it doesn't get to the quality, we won't put it in and we will not sell it. So it allows us to stay consistent. A lot of people talk about length. You know, like how is the length or how is the finish of the wine? We talk about fruit weight. It's not how heavy the fruit is, it's the silky sensation.
And this is very unique to Mollydooker.
So we come to an understanding of how to measure it. My mum really kind of grasped that. Carnival Love, our most accoladed wine, and part of our Love series.
The fruit weight goes above another tier when we go to the Love series.
When you put them together, they make one big photo. There's a lot of detail in this bottle. And then if you actually look, so they're cartoon characters, but in here, all the characters become humans. So the violinist becomes a human. The Two Left Feet, become humans.
So these are all cartoon, and when they go into the
Carnival
of Love, they're all humanized. They become human.
It's amazing. We always say everybody in their life, in their business, in their family is on an enchanter path every day. And we are in our own Carnival of Love of Mollydooker, and we invite everybody to come. We can talk about that now. Velvet Glove is our flagship wine. We do not make this every year. It is a very iconic bottle. When you actually feel this label, it's actually a velvet felt. So the bag is made of pure velvet. When you open it for the first time, you can see that velvet, that M lines up, and then everything lines up. When we actually hand polish every single bottle.
Wow, it's very, very pretty.
So that there's no fingerprints, no scratches, no nothing. And then if you actually feel the label,
it's velvet.
It's a velvet felt label. So again, the attention to detail is to the highest. Mum designed this bottle to be like a woman, curvy and elegant.
I have found out that there's about 3 points Mollydooker is different from other people.
So Mollydooker has always been about challenging tradition. We want to make amazing wines that stand out from the crowd. So what we've done to create that is those 3 points of difference. So one is our Marquis Vineyard watering program, we don't do the traditional dry-grown, dry farming. We
Okay.
actually irrigate our vineyards in a very unique practice
Okay.
to produce premium quality wines that are juicy and high yield. Our second point of difference is our fruit weight, which we've touched on, which
Yes.
is that grading system.
Yes.
But our third point of difference and what we are most known for is the Mollydooker shake.
It's really cute.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we preserve our wines with nitrogen to preserve the wines at the color, flavor, quality at its optimal level.
Okay.
Also to reduce the amount of sulfur that we use in our winery.
Okay.
But it's a very unique way that we're the only people
So
who do it.
actually you have to I from my understanding you have to shake it to get the nitrogen out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And you use the nitrogen is because so that you can use less sulfur.
Yeah, that's one of the points, but it's also to preserve the wine at its optimal state.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, can you show us Mollydooker shake so
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
let's shake it.
With all of our brand new Mollydooker reds, you need 2 glasses side by side.
Okay.
All right. So you get your bottle of Mollydooker, you open it.
Yeah.
You pour a little bit of wine out into the first glass.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some for both of us.
All right. So this is the non-shake one. Just
Yeah.
pour it. Okay.
So then you're gonna need to put the cap back on, really important part. Turn the bottle upside down. And what we're gonna do is shake it for about 5 to 10 seconds. And when you turn the bottle up, you can actually see that foam layer.
And those are all nitrogens, right?
So it's nitrogen and CO2.
And CO2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you open it, listen.
Okay. Yep. It's just like Coca-Cola.
Sounds like Rice Krispies.
Yeah, like Krispies. Yeah.
Yeah, close it again, turn upside down, and then shake it one more time. So now the wine is ready to drink. But the reason why you get 2 glasses is when you pour it in the second glass, so it doesn't change the color, but it changes the flavor. So
Okay.
smell and taste the one here.
Okay. This is the non-shake one. Non-shake. 这个没有摇过的, right? Okay. That's very good. Wow, it's good. Now this is the shaked.
Shake it.
Wow.
So instantaneously, the wine becomes more creamier,
Oh my God.
rounder, and smoother.
It's a huge difference. And I can feel the fruit weight. It goes all the way back. It's like, you know, it's really, really nice. 其实各位朋友，你们在家里一定要自己试试看，因为要这样子才知道差别有多大。It's a huge difference.
Every time I get invited to go to an event, I take a bottle of wine because if the conversation becomes dull and I start feeling under pressure,
Yeah.
I bring out your bottle, I do the Mollydooker shake, and I become the life of the party.
All right, Luke, this question will be a little sensitive, but I think that a lot of our fans and people in Taiwan would really like to know because it is on the news every day before. The relationship between the China government and the Australian government was not at its best stage. So a lot of the Australian wines, they can't get into China and they're really dumped around the world. So what do you think about this and does it affect you?
So first and foremost, yeah. So as the whole world knows, the relationship between China and Australia broke up in COVID time.
Yeah.
They put a tariff of 212%.
212%.
Yeah. So almost ridiculous that people can't operate with.
Yeah.
So it has affected the Australian wine industry massively. There was a lot of people that had all of their eggs in one basket. Thinking about China, as a Mollydooker standpoint, we've actually never sold any wine to China. So
Not even a bottle.
So we sell to Hong Kong. So Hong
Yeah, of
Kong,
course.
so that is a market that we work with a great distributor there called Royal Orchid. But otherwise, mainland China is not a market that we've ever moved into.
Wow.
So even though that what happened, it affected friends, it affected other wineries. A lot of them were hurt. Some people went out of business. So
Wow.
it was incredibly upsetting for a whole industry.
Okay.
But we, as Mollydooker, we were never affected directly because our biggest market is the US, and it always has been. Even when the GFC happened, we stayed in the US and we never left. We took the low profitability, but now it's flipped the other way. And now that China dropped, everyone's trying to go back into the US, but we're already there. We had incredible partners all around the world, and we sold out every year. So we didn't have extra production to sell to them. We sold to Taiwan, we sold to Hong Kong, we sold to Korea, we sold to Indonesia, Thailand, US. Europe, and we were comfortable. So yes, as you said, it was detrimental to the Australian wine industry. But for a Mollydooker standpoint, and for us in Taiwan, we're growing what we're doing in Taiwan because we're increasing our production and the opportunity.
Awesome.
But it's not about displacing what we lost in China. We never actually dealt with China.
Wow, that's really good. I really like you, Luke. I think it's very genuine. You're very genuine, and you speak of the truth. Thank you for coming. I need to shake your hands with your left.
Thank you very much. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. Well, 希望呢，透过今天的访问呢，能帮助大家更认识Mollydooker茉莉杜克的这个酒庄呢。那下次呢，记得要找朋友一起做Mollydooker Shake。最后呢，要记得订阅，然后开启小铃铛、按赞跟分享，以便在第一个时间呢，可以看得到我们最新的影片。只要定期收看，就可以轻松获得葡萄酒的知识。如果你喜欢这个系列，分享给你的朋友们。我是威爸，我们下次见。Cheers，Cheers，Luke，Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Cheers，Cheers。